Hello.
What's up, bro?
Wait, can you see me? Okay, cool. Yeah, I loaded in. I don't really use Zoom that much, so this is new.
Yeah, it's not bad, but it's a good place to kind of do the filming and everything at the same time.
Oh yeah, no, I would imagine. How are you? How's
I'm
your day
good,
been?
good, bro. I can't complain. I was actually working all day. I had
Hey, nice.
I had to go to the office, which was not too bad.
Yep, same, same.
Can't complain. What about you? You got picked up, you said? I remember you told me you had to get picked up and shit.
Oh yeah, so I went to the post office. I dropped off about 6 orders and then
Hey, that's what's up, bro.
took my girlfriend to work, hit the skate park for 45 minutes. Now we're here.
Wonderful. Okay,
Yup,
bro.
yup.
Introduce yourself, bro. Name, last name, location. Where
So I'm Daker Conley. I live in Denver, Colorado, and I specialize in making like custom tapestry denim.
Okay. And where did this start? Your passion
So
for
it started all in middle school, actually. I started like I have this friend named Sergio, and he lived 2 hours away. And I remember I went to his house and he had this huge sketch pad, just this big of just all these ideas.
okay.
And like so we were talking and I was like, this is something that I'd love to get into. Like this is exactly what I would like to do. It fits me
Sketchpad,
perfectly.
sketchpad would had like fits. It was like oriented towards clothing or just kind of like ideas in general.
It was a big sketch pad, so it was patterns for clothes for cut and sew. So and it was all hand drawn. He had a couple like pieces. I was like, that's amazing. Like that's something I've always wanted to do. But I never had the like materials to do so, or really the funding to do so either. When I was growing up, I never had money to like
Hmm.
really put my like ideas out there. Like I didn't have the materials. I didn't have my own machine at the time. Like I was using my grandma's, like all this stuff. And then pretty much yeah, I graduated high school. I've always just kind of like I started flipping on Grailed. I started doing a bunch of like vintage stuff. And then over time I started to realize the more stuff that I get, like if I customize it, it sells so much faster, like so much faster. And there's more appeal to it because I realized like I always customize my clothes because I don't like having anything that other people have. So
Hmm.
it's like, why don't I start making my own stuff and selling it? And so I moved out of my own, like out of the parents' house, came out to Denver, uh, got out here and really have just been working ever since. Got my own machine and just, yeah, trying to take as many ideas as I can and just put them out.
All right, congrats, one, bro. I think it's dope to actually make those leap of faiths and like, get out of your comfort zone and kind of do the shit that you imagine yourself doing. It just kind of like that first decision to actually do it. I think it's kind of like a snowball effect, and then after everything kind of just ripples up and you start seeing kind of where you want to go. But that's
Oh, it was stressful. Like,
yeah.
and it was really, really stressful when I told my parents I was quitting my job to like fully pursue it.
Hmm. And how old are you?
19.
Okay, so you got your whole life ahead of you. So you're
Yeah.
just
So I've got time. And like the way
beginning.
I see it is as long as I'm able to pay both of my insurances, rent, food, that's all I really need. Like I skate for fun, so that's free. And then I like making stuff, which just happens to make money. So
And you can keep going essentially, like as you said, you got those three necessities: food, rent, and insurance, bro. You're good enough to.
oh, absolutely. And yeah, it's really nice and it's great that I have a my girlfriend supports me with everything. She, like I've bought like I've been spending money on like so I just bought some professional lighting. I'm about to get a green screen. I'm about to get some really good camera soon.
Hmm.
So like quality production value is about to go up a lot.
Hmm.
And yeah, no, really it's just like this is just kind of the start. Everything's growing from
You're
here.
investing in yourself, which is
Absolutely.
really important to do instead of spending.
Yeah, but I wanted to show you. So this is a bag that I just made last night out of the pants. I made a matching bag for the pants.
Fuck yeah. A little
So
tough.
I was thinking I'm gonna have to take a picture with this. I doubled up the stuffing on the top, make
Hmm.
it double thick handle. And yeah, and then the pants are right here. I don't know.
Those are the ones that you showed me the other time. Hey, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Sick piece, bro.
Yeah, yeah. So I've just been really working on those. And I think you were right. At first I was gonna sandwich them and make them like some type of like denim
Uh-huh.
alteration, like Levi's, and then just like take the top layer. But I kind of realized I think that the quilt pants, like
What
that's
I feel like they kind of got that that sweatpants vibe no matter what. And
Yeah,
mixing the both kind of the denim and the sweatpants, I don't know, like it could be done. It could be done in some sort of like, but you still need that consistency to be sweatpants or like to be kind of that thick padding type of thing. But I have a question. So even with those pants, like how important for you is the actual like wearability of these pieces? Because I think I don't know if you saw our live today with that guy, the samurai guy, a silk samurai, bro. This guy he's been in the game like for over 5 6 years, and what he said, the biggest point that I think I drew out of it was truthfully like creating these pieces on a professional level, like
mm,
something that goes from being something that you made in your room, this and that, but to like having those stitching patterns and learning specific, sewing whatever
yeah.
to make it to that level where it becomes couture instead of just, you know.
Of course, because the end goal, of course, would be take what I'm doing and put it to a designer level.
Hmm.
Like, I'm starting out right now, but I think that with time and with practice is
Hmm.
like when things start getting very good. In the amount that I've improved, in the small amount that I've been doing this, like I haven't been doing this for too long, and now it's like I'm already starting to like branch out, make bigger things, make better things. And it's like, yeah, I think that over time it's like my main thing is that I would like to produce things that you can't tell from like handmade, handmade cut and sew compared to like like a
Factory.
blank.
Yeah. No, I respect that. And I think that what you said, it's exactly that, bro. It's practice, it's determination, it's that kind of like a will. But then at the same time, it's like there is a learning side of it. Like as much as
Oh,
practice,
absolutely.
but like there's like a thing where like, I mean, I think YouTube, bro, is such a fucking amazing place to kind of just start learning from real professionals that can tell you specific stitches and what are the best stitches for whatever materials,
Oh yeah.
like, all these type of learning processes. But I think that's key. And what you said kind of sums it up. Absolutely. I think you'll just keep getting better if you have that determination to keep going.
Yeah. And recently the hours I've been putting in, it's like every day it's like noticeable improvement from the first piece to the last piece of the day.
Hmm.
There's always a little better, a little better. And like, yeah, really it's like I've been waking up. I try to wake up at about 9 o'clock and then I work until about 2 a.m.
Okay. So you're putting full on days into it.
Full days. Just take my girlfriend to work, get lunch. That's my day.
Perfect. That's sick, bro. And so other than, so you skate a lot?
A lot. Like, well, I used to a lot recently. Just like I said, priorities have been into this.
Mhm.
But yeah, I've been skating for about like 3 years, like full on. But I've always known how to like ride a board. But
Mhm.
yeah, yeah. And the skate scene in Denver is amazing.
Why?
Um, lots of personalities, lots of people, small designers. Like I've met people that make some of the craziest denim out here that I've ever seen. And like that was the guy that helped me get into this, like getting into like learning how to do this. Cause
Mhm.
like at first, just like I said, when I was in middle school, I was paying people to make my ideas
I.
because I didn't have the capabilities to do it myself. So I
Mhm.
come up with the sketch, I come up with everything, give them all of the stuff like pinned together, just say
Mhm.
like finish this, I'll pay you by the piece.
Mhm.
But then I realized I really like sewing.
Mhm.
It's so fun. So I was like, man, it's so much better to just do everything myself.
Absolutely.
But yeah, the scene out here is amazing. Lots and lots of like underground hip hop artists. There's amazing, like there's pros out here that I've been skating with every day. Like I was skating with somebody that has like 120,000 Instagram followers, and it's like, yeah, and that was today. It's just like so many people out here, lots of opportunity to get better, lots of opportunity to network yourself.
And what do you think about the skater culture in general? Like,
Oh, I
yeah.
really like it actually. I think it's sad that it's kind of been like formed into like a basic thing with like TikTok and everything. I feel like people how much dunks are we selling for right now?
Yeah.
It's just like I don't know. I've been wearing dunks since I was a kid because I've always skated. So I was just like it's kind of sad to see that it's like you can't even get a pair of dunks unless you hit on a raffle or like
Mhm.
I don't know. I think people should leave skaters alone.
I
same
think
thing with same thing with Supreme. Like just
they make that shit corny. I
they
swear to
make
God.
that shit so corny. Like this hat, I love it, but it's like 90% of the time I'd be folding it over. I don't.
Yeah.
because
No, fact.
people associate me with hype beast culture,
Yeah.
and I'm not. It's just it just so happens to line up with exactly what I do.
I mean, that's what it started as. It was a skater brand. It wasn't some
Exactly.
hype
And
shit.
like the skaters are amazing. All of the Supreme skaters,
Oh yeah.
they're great. So it's like, I don't know. I think if you look into it as like as a team and a little bit less as like Supreme pinball machines and Supreme
Yeah.
mountain bikes, then it
But
really
that's what, but they
does.
did. I mean, they sold their company, no? Like I'm pretty sure they
Oh
did.
yeah, it's to VF corporations now.
Exactly. So at that point, that's when, in my opinion, it became the sellout type of situation, which is not, look, bro, I think that that's goals. If you can create like a skater company and get the hype that you generate out of Supreme and you can sell it for I don't know how many millions of dollars, like bro, good for you. Like you made it, then they'll probably make it washed out as they're doing right now. But
Oh yeah. I mean, I think when it really took a hit was when they started re-releasing. Like my whole thing, what I like to do is I like to release something once and be done with it.
yeah.
Whether that be a pattern, like here's some that I just started. They're books.
Mm-hmm. Oh fuck yeah.
Yeah, and I did 4 of these, and that's all I could do. And then I'm just gonna sell them as that and be done with them forever. If you didn't get this pair, you're never gonna get them ever again.
Which is
So
which I think that why that's so important is because it pushes you to keep innovating, right?
exactly, you can't just take an idea and then just grow off of one idea. Like you have to force yourself to constantly grow, constantly
Yeah.
learn.
And I think people get comfortable. Like when you get something that hits and it works, you get comfortable with that thing and you start milking it, in my opinion.
Exactly. And then it becomes oversaturated. It
Yeah.
loses any like general appeal because who wants, just like I said, who wants to have something that everyone else
Yeah,
has?
but then how do you define yourself as a brand if you don't do things that kind of fit in the same hemisphere, right? Like if you're always changing this and that, how can someone be like, oh, and by the way, what's your brand's name?
So my brand's name as right now is Daker's Closet.
Okay. So how can someone be like, oh, that's Daker's closet? Because everything is just so completely
So
right.
just like I said, right now, here, let me pull I pull some samples out from the shelves. So let me show you some examples of, so like what I like to do. I had enough to make like 4 pairs of these. So this, it's the same concept,
Mhm.
you know, on like each pair of pants, but you're never gonna get the same fabric.
Mm,
There's always gonna be different stitching colors. Like
mhm.
it's never gonna be exactly the same
I
per
see.
pair of pants. So like you might see somebody walking with the same pair of pants, like same brand of pants, but it's never gonna be one of one like sweatshop made in China. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
it's always gonna have like something different about them
So
per
on those
pair.
fronts, all you really altered with the pockets in the back type of thing.
Yeah, but I got some samples that I'm gonna start working on right now. I've been deconstructing a pair. I ripped them down all the way through the inseams, belt loops, new zippers, and that's in construction right now. And that is taking a real long time, but it's gonna come out nice. Like it's, yeah, I'm gonna do my next idea. So on that here, I'm gonna stand up and grab this real quick. Sorry about that.
Go for it.
But on this balaclava, like how I did the patches all the way through,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do a whole pair of corduroy pants that match this,
That's pretty sick.
cut through, and then I also just bought a second pair. Sorry, I should have been more prepared. I'm kind of
It's
all
all
over.
good, bro. Don't worry. Anyway, what I do is I post a small video on you on Instagram, and then I just put the whole interview on YouTube.
Got you. Yeah. So I get all my stuff secondhand, and then I like to turn it into something that nobody else has.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole point.
Mm-hmm.
But like, so these brown corduroys, I'm actually gonna take this down off my site, reconstruct it, add more depth to it,
Mm-hmm.
make it better than it already is,
Mm-hmm.
and then drop a whole collection set. So I'm gonna do corduroy pants, corduroy, I'm gonna do a whole jacket,
Mm-hmm.
and then the mask, and I'm gonna rebrand the whole thing and sell the whole collection as one.
Look at that. That's
So yeah, that's really what I've been working on. I'm just trying to figure out how to brand myself better.
it's tough, bro, especially at the beginning. But the beautiful thing about the beginning is that you have room for change. You know, nothing ties
Absolutely.
you down. You can change your name 17 times until there's one that fits best. And then I think branding is important. Like you always want to have the tags, the labels,
Oh
kind of
yeah.
put your money into that situation. So at least someone can always refer to what it was. And I would always put a date to it too, because I think it's so important to catalog when the garment was made. So like for future,
Mm,
you're like, okay, this piece was done there at this time. And but branding, you know, it's a hit or miss, but you got to keep trying until it feels comfortable.
yeah. And
Yeah.
also growing an Instagram account. That's been
Yeah.
something.
That's a nightmare, bro. Like
It's a
that.
nightmare. And I remember I had this one Instagram account. As I said, I was trying to start something in middle school for a long time. Like middle school to senior year, I was working on a project and I ended up scrapping it. I just said this isn't working. All my ideas are played out. It's just not what I want to do anymore. I lost motivation in the project fully. And so I scrapped it. In that account, since I had it for so long, I had grown it to I think about 2,000 people, and
Mm,
that took so long, and I don't even have the account anymore.
yeah.
So
No,
it's just like restarting. That's been the big challenge, is like getting my name out. And also the reason I didn't just reuse that account is because I think it's really important to get engagement.
mm,
Like I would rather have 10 active followers that always engage with my stuff, always repost, always
absolutely.
actually fuck with me, than like 100,000 people and only get 200 likes of post,
Absolutely. Most definitely. And what I think with Instagram, bro, it's like you have to follow all these little pragmatic algorithms, this and that. You have to kind of like make it fit in other people's view. And the way that people consume media, bro, on this app, it sucks. It's like
No, it's
it's
horrible.
not meant for artists. It's not meant for someone that should take more than 0.3 seconds looking at your post and trying to figure out kind of what you do. And I think that's one of the biggest challenges that I have by far with PS Unique, bro, is that like my posts don't take a second. They're eye catchy when I make them cool, this and that, but like they're not made for this type of application. They're not like for this type of consumerism. Like I put so much time into each post that for me it bleeds my heart out every time I think that some motherfucker spends 0.3 seconds looking at it and kind of just
Oh, it hurts me.
yeah. And so
The thing that's been frustrating for me, this is something I've realized, is you're gonna have fake supporters.
mm,
Like people are always gonna say like, oh yeah, like I mess with your stuff so heavily, like let me buy when I get paid, like
mm,
I will, like take it down. And then I'm like, I'm not going to take it down because you're not going to pay me. Like there's so many people that are always like all talk but they'll never actually support you, and it's like they could be your good friends. It's just
mm,
that's how people are. And it's like it's sad because I mean like anything, like all of my friends that are trying to do something, if they were doing something of the sort, it's like I would buy stuff from them all day long just to
absolutely.
so it's just kind of like, I don't know. I'm not saying anything like that, but it's just like, it's something that I've noticed over
No,
time.
sure. I mean,
Like,
the biggest fan will never be someone that you know.
no way. No, it's always going to be somebody that's
Some
far
random,
away.
yeah. And you know, and to say about that, bro, I think that it will take so much time. It will take so much out of
Mhm.
you. The really only time that you'll actually make it, bro, is when you've thought of quitting 1,000 times. When you're like, this shit's not rewarding. I don't know why I'm still doing it, but you still do it, you know, and
Yeah.
eventually it will be rewarding, bro. Like you'll tap into a niche and try to make your own niche. That's the only advice I can
Yeah.
give. It's like do shit that you like, bro, and don't try to appeal to anyone. Do shit
Hmm.
like do shit that you would rock, you know, and try to be some sort of innovator in that sector because too many people are doing kind of the same thing, and that's where it becomes saturated. You know, it's because
Yeah.
we tend
It's,
to kind of milk off each other. And which is natural, but still, like you always want to be one step ahead, or at
hmm
least if you're one step behind. You want to do that thing that people are doing, but much better at a higher.
exactly. Because I think something that's important is brand research, looking into big brands, how they got started, how like the steps they took to get where they are.
Hmm.
And it'll surprise you, like it really will. Like I've looked into stuff and it's just like not like where I'm at is like a beginning stage of where I could, like it could really grow into something like big. And it's like, yeah, I even like I took some of the balaclavas to the skate park to get clips in them. And yeah, this kid said, he came up to me, he was like, dude, I hope you know that like if this works out for you, you could be like known for this. And I was like, oh, like I hadn't even put that into my head yet. Like, you know, and it's like the amount of hours that I'm putting in and like the amount of work I'm putting in with the reward that's coming out right now, it's not necessarily worth it, but I enjoy what I'm doing. And at the end of the day, it's so much better than working
Oh,
at Walmart like I
by
used to.
far, by far. Oh, and I respect making that leap of faith. It really is. And it's not, and you're learning, you're learning a craft, bro. You're enjoying it, like, bro, like you're in the best case scenario. As you said, like right now, if it's enough to pay your rent and pay your dues, whatever, your bills, this and that, but like keep doing that. And it will be, but like I genuinely think so. Like no one can ever achieve um success or like their own understanding of what they claim as success until they really, really are brought to their knees to this shit, and then they keep going. Like, dude, the rainy days are the worst days,
That's okay, I'm gonna tell you something that happened 2 days ago. Driving my friend to my friend's house. So like she asked if I could get a ride. I take her to my friend's house. It's 2 a.m. It's like a 5-minute drive. My alternator pulley goes out. It shocks my battery. No more battery.
Hmm.
And it's 2 a.m. I guess my car doesn't have insurance because the insurance company has been scamming me for 3 months.
Wow.
So then I had to tow. So the tow cost me 180, and then the shop is gonna charge me $500 to fix it.
Hmm.
So it's like, I don't know. It's just like, yeah, it's kind of beaten me to my fucking ass recently. But I mean, like, it's still, I just see
Bro,
it as
cars are
like,
the worst. I fucking hate cars, bro. My car just lost its transmission. That's like probably the most expensive.
no.
Yeah.
What car do you drive?
A Nissan fucking Sentra shithole, bro. Like I hate them. I curse on Nissan Sentras, bro. Nissan are a piece of shit, bro. 39,000 miles. Like it's a fucking joke.
Bro, I drive a 1982 BMW 320i.
Bro, fuck yeah, man. I heard BMWs are not bad with that shit, but dude, I lost transmission at 39,000 miles, bro. It's unheard.
No way.
Yeah. And now,
Is
bro,
it,
like I could have sold my car for profit like 2 weeks ago, and now I have to or scrap it for parts, bro. But I live in LA, so like, bro, I need a whip to go around. Like I've been Ubering.
yeah.
It's even more putting me in debt. But like, bro, shit will happen, and it
Oh
will.
yeah.
But like,
No.
you gotta
I
that's life. That really is it. When you start becoming an
mhm.
adult, bro, like I think that's what really differentiates being a child or kind of like a teen into becoming an adult, bro, and getting into adulthood. Is like you got dues to pay, and then you never know what life is gonna come hit you with. So you gotta
Yeah.
have that security cash type of thing to save for a rainy day. But
Exactly. And I don't know. I'm not tripping really hard about it. It is unfortunate, but the way I see it is it's just like could be worse. At least I have my other car right now.
oh, you do have another car,
Yeah,
clutch.
I have a 2002 Honda Civic Si and then the 82 BMW.
Okay, it's still clutch. At least you have something to drive with, which is
Yeah, yeah, no, I'm just saying like if I didn't have one of those, I would have been real upset. So it's like
yeah.
it's that no matter how bad things have like kind of been hitting me recently, it's really just like, whatever. I'm gonna just keep doing what I'm doing and it's gonna work maybe next week, maybe next month, maybe next year, but something's gonna happen.
Definitely it takes time. Like I can't, bro. Like I started this PS, like I had this PS Unique idea, bro, in 2016.
Wow.
Yeah, and but I only launched it last year, so in 2021. That's because
Okay.
I spent 4 years, bro, like trying to, and that's where like I went to business school. So like my shit was like, okay, I got this grant for business school in Boston and shit. That's why I even came to the US in the first place, because I'm Italian originally.
Oh, okay.
So I came out here for school and I did this business thing and I was doing entrepreneurship. So like my whole degree was kind of based upon the fact of like building your own business and how to get from A to B, get investors,
Mm,
make a business plan, to do all these different things. And that's kind of what I learned. So like that's why I started PS Unique. I was like, okay, this is what I think is missing in this. Dude, I was buying custom clothing when custom clothing was like nothing. Like I swear, like some of the guys that I've seen grow, like I don't know if you know a guy called Vandy the Pink or all these guys that now
yeah.
huge brands, but like I bought Vandy the Pink's first shit in 2016. He was selling it on eBay, bro. It was like a jacket that he painted on and drew on type of shit.
Crazy.
And I
No,
just
he's
love
doing
it.
crazy stuff now.
He's doing really crazy stuff. And I mean, now he built a brand, and he kind of went the way that I was like, okay, this guy or these people will eventually kind of create their own things to be sustainable with themselves. But all that to say is that, you spend so much time thinking about these things, and only when you take that decision and that leap of faith can you actually start doing things. And for me, it was,
Mm,
starting to post and having the app and having the website, and I put money into it, this and that I saved up. But but it just all takes time, bro.
Yeah.
So little rewarding for so long that you want to quit every other day, but you got to keep doing it.
Yeah, and I mean, at the end of the day, it's like this is how I see it. Is it's like I'll still do this if it's not paying my rent. I'll start doing DoorDash and still do this. Like
Mhm.
I'm not gonna go get a job and then take my hours that I could be spending doing something that's beneficial to me
Mhm.
and going and wasting it at some corporation. I don't know. Just
Absolutely,
doesn't feel right. Can't sit well with me.
bro. I respect that. I think no one should, bro. I think it's new age slavery, bro. I swear to God,
It's horrible.
people that work for corpse man, like, and they try to go up the echelons of corporate America, bro. It's terrible. Like, it really drains you, bro. And you work hours of mindless what robots could do. You become a robot essentially.
Yeah. At
Yeah.
the end of the day, it's you're losing your own life,
Mm.
really.
And
You're giving away something that's so important. Like you're never going to get time back, but you can always make more money.
exactly. That's a great point, bro. Time over money. And the other thing too is, like, these are somewhat the best years of our life. Like,
Oh yeah, no. I'm 19. I could go like
you
I could
should,
do anything right
bro.
now.
And the beautiful thing with your job, bro, and what you do, like, for artists, bro, like, you could literally just get a whip tomorrow and start building, getting your, like, we saw a guy today. He was on the live, bro. He was doing these fucking tattoos. He bought a truck and put his tattoo parlor in the truck. So, like, he literally comes to your house and
What?
does tattoos. You just go downstairs in his truck and he just does tattoos. Like, he's literally got a tattoo parlor in the truck. And what I thought is amazing, like, artists could do that. You could literally buy a truck, bro, live rent free, okay? Because your studio could be your own fucking little house type of situation.
Mhm.
And travel, bro, travel and find new garments, find new inspiration in, like, nature and, like,
Mm.
for sure. Like, I think that is amazing because I mean, you could do it in here in the US, but we got Mexican border right under, but you can go to Mexico and start traveling there where, like, life is much cheaper and, like, you can do all this fucking coast. I don't know, like, really, like,
Yeah.
you have no physical location to be bound to. Like, okay, Denver's a
Yeah.
stay there as long as
So
you can, but
eventually I think my eventual goal, but this is long term, like this is if this becomes from a job to a career, and that's what I would like. But I would like to have a team of people, sourcers, because just like I say, everything I do is secondhand. It makes more sense for the environment. It makes more sense, cheaper. It's just better. Secondhand is better.
Mhm.
I just agree. And it's like just because it's secondhand doesn't mean it's like dirty, doesn't mean anything of the sort. It's just like if it's bad, then you don't get it. Like we just really take our time. We're really picky with what we get. And so I'm gonna eventually start paying sourcers to be sourcing for me. So that way they're always bringing me a new stream of items that I have to transform and rework. So
Mhm.
that way I'm not wasting my time at the bins. I could always be at my house working like 24 hours a day. I could just be here.
Absolutely key, bro. I mean, building a team is half the other part, but, like, the thing is, even they're building a solid team, bro. It takes time to find and get comfortable and trust people because it is a real trust process. I mean, if you start relying on other people, and that's something I've learned, bro, like, there's so little amount of people in this world that you can really rely on, especially when you have the passion and it's, like, your job, unless it's their passion too. Like, it's really tough to
Yeah.
like this person, and you don't want to rely on people, if I'm going to be honest. Like,
No, no.
it's kind of like, especially in this business, it's like you don't want to be losing 4 hours because someone didn't source you or anything. But, like, eventually, I think you're absolutely right. You need a team to do
Because
in bigger scale.
yeah, there's a store. I'm also working on getting all of my ideas into stores in Denver.
Okay.
So I've got a store that I'm talking to. One's called Rug Shack, and that one they specialize in like custom tufted rugs, kind of like that one you have.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, so they do that, and then they have like a bunch of vendors, and so you send all of your stuff to this store, and then they do weekly payouts every Friday on what sells, what doesn't sell.
That's pretty
So
cool.
yeah, so I'm gonna do that. I'm supposed to send out 15 pairs. That's what I've been working on a lot. I've been finishing up, literally just grinding these out, doing like 10 pairs a day, trying to
Mhm.
get like I'd like to send out 30 pairs to this shop and just get them done, send
Mhm.
everything out in one shipment, and then just see how it goes. And then I'm also talking to another local store here called Show Pony Vintage, and it's the same thing, like a bunch of sourcers. It's like Show Pony sells all of the stuff, but the sourcers have the racks. So Show Pony takes a commission fee
I see.
from the sorcerers.
Mhm.
So they sell and then the sorcerers just provide it. So it's a really good like half and half balance. Like they do half the work for selling and then they do half the work for finding everything, washing it, getting it all done.
No, I
So
mean,
yeah, I'm really talking with them. I brought in a bunch of samples. They really love what I do. So hopefully I'll get some pants in stores by next month.
that's sick. That's a great beginning, bro. I mean, shit.
No, I'm really like I'm working on it hard because it's like I figured if I'm gonna do it, I can't just like half do it. Like I have to really make this everything, or else it's just not worth doing it all.
Absolutely. I mean, I can see that you're putting time into it, which I think is the number one step because, as you said, is definitely the most valuable thing we have in our hands, and so we got to use it correctly. You know.
Oh yeah.
What else are your passions, bro? Other than I don't know, like.
I love working on cars. Uh I don't know. I love watching anime. I like playing video games, skating, sewing, painting,
Yeah, painting too.
anything creative, anything. I think skating is almost like a form of art. You have to learn everything. It's like as precise as any martial arts. It's really like it's the best feeling when you land something that you haven't gotten before. So yeah, I've been really working with that. Really anything that I can take my ideas and then or like take anything in my head and just make it come out
Hmm.
into like something that I can see with my own eyes. I love it. Videos, everything.
I think I think it really does. It's funny how there really is a split between kind of like humans in general. Like there's some people that just love that shit, bro. Like love being creative, love doing their hand
Mhm.
stuff, and then there's just other people that don't. And it's so interesting how that works. Like I wonder if it's just like it's genetic or like the surroundings that you're born in. Like
Mhm.
it's crazy because some people just don't enjoy creating shit, bro. Like they
Yeah, no. I was talking with one of my friends and they were like they used to live in New York and they were like, "Yeah, I had to leave New York. Like, yeah, I just realized it wasn't the place for me. Like I'm not a New Yorker. Like I don't have the hustle. I don't have the creativity to like everybody out there is making something for themselves. And she was like, I just don't think that that was what I was doing. And it's like I was just thinking like if I could live in like a big city, like I would step and jump right over there. Like I would be
Yeah.
making
Mhm.
like it's just more opportunity. And some people don't see that. Some people don't want that. They're just fine to work a job and pay their rent, and that's it.
Yeah, but I wonder, man, how fulfilling can that really be? It's crazy.
Not at all. And then when you retire,
Yeah, for
then
them
you've
it is.
lived out your good years working a job, and then you just live until you die, and it's
Yeah, but the crazy
depressing.
thing is that they do have good lives. Like it's kind of like I always compare it to like the potato farmer that's been potato farming his whole life, but's got his family, his children that live with him. His children are gonna be do potato farming, but they live in like this blissful life that like that dude they have good lives. It's like they,
Mm,
the work is manual labor, extremely repetitive, but like it doesn't require any stress. It doesn't
true,
require any, it's just very this contentness with like simplicity, I think. Which
true.
at the same time, I think is beautiful. I think the biggest form, I think Da Vinci said this, like the biggest form of sophistication is simplicity, right? Like, and
Mm,
us creators, we always have to add things to our lives and kind of be entertained and do this and do that and that.
yeah.
Always continue. And that shit's stressful, bro. It hits you in the brain more than anything
No,
else.
I wish I could just be content with working a job.
Yeah.
No, it's like I'm starting. I kind of think that I've got some like I might have like bipolar or something. I've
Mhm.
been really talking with mental institutions I went in. It's like I'm trying to figure it out because it's just like anytime I got a job, I'm out of there instantly because I just know that it's not what I need to be doing. And it's like they're like, no, you've done this like too much. Like this isn't like a normal thing.
Mhm.
Like, and I'm just like, but every day, every time I start something like that, I always come back right here.
Mhm.
Like this is just what I want to do. Like,
And that's the point. I think, dude, I think disorders, we all have them. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like,
yeah.
bro, we all go through these major ups and these major downs, and the major downs just suck absolute cock. And like fucking major ups are like not bad. Like, but like, we all go through this shit. And I don't think there's one person on this earth that cannot relate to you and be like, yeah, bro, shit sucks sometimes. And sometimes
Absolutely.
want to just take it all and throw it out the window. But like those are the days that differentiate the people that do something and the people that don't. The people that don't will quit. They are essentially,
Yeah.
it's like, bro, if you never quit, you've never lost. Does that make sense?
Mm,
Type of shit where like I invest in a stock until I sell, I haven't lost anything. You know, until I sell my piece, and I'm like, okay, this is not gonna go up. I haven't lost because there's still a potential gain that I can get.
mm-hmm.
So the idea, like, I'm terrified of that, dude. If one day I quit one, even this PS Unique thing, like, dude, like if I quit it, bro, like it will shatter my, whatever I've built upon, because that's not who I want to be. Like, I don't want to relate with that type of mentality of like not doing something that I set my head to do.
Exactly. And that's, my parents have talked to me about this. Like a lot of people have told me, like, why don't you get a job? And it's like, I know that they mean it out of like, just get a job. Like, it'll take the stress off of you. You'll always have rent. You'll always be good. It's makes life simple. But I don't know. It's just like I said, it just feels like my time could be better utilized doing something that I always enjoy.
Most definitely.
Even if I'm doubling the hours and getting like, I'd rather get paid less to do something I enjoy than get paid more to do something I hate.
Yeah. And
And I love this. I love doing this. So it's like I just don't see why I would ever change.
but I even think that, at least you're building something for yourself. If you work for someone, especially like Walmart or something, bro, like, you're not, there's no value that you can hold after the hours that you put into it. Like right
Oh
now,
yeah, no.
what you're doing is like extremely valuable for like long term, even if you don't end up making clothes, but you'll know how to work a machine. You'll know how to kind of
Hmm.
be self-sustainable and like making clothes. Like, dude, in an apocalyptic sense, if like shit goes to the fucking world ending tomorrow, like you'll be able to fucking cover yourself and make clothes for your people and whatever surroundings.
Yeah.
In a world
Yeah.
where I have to trade shit, like, dude, that's 1,000 times more valuable than anything else. So like, I
No,
think
I definitely think I'm doing exactly what I need to be doing. No matter how hard times get, it's exactly where I need to be. So
exactly, and keep getting
can't
better, bro. Really, really, really. We're gonna keep putting you on the live, bro. Keep popping off as much as you can and just
bet.
show that
More stuff coming soon, man.
progress, bro. That progress, because I think that's what really matters. And really focus. I mean, if I have one advice, like really get itty gritty about like the professionalism. Like, dude, get involved with like the pieces that you make to like the stitch. Like you're like, oh, that stitch was a bitch because this. Like make
Yeah.
a story out of it. And bro, like the passion will only grow, because the more you get comfortable with shit, the more you start doing shit. And I think
Yeah.
I think it's amazing what people are doing, bro. I mean, I make rugs, carpets, clothes, this and that, like out of boredom. And I don't know if I have ADHD or some shit, but like I just, I have to do something and always try to
Yeah.
do something else.
No,
Uh,
I can't just sit. If there's something in here, it's eventually gonna get made. So I
yeah,
might as well just make it right when it pops in my head.
exactly, exactly.
Yep. No, I get you exactly. Like I've realized some people don't understand that and some people really get it.
Hmm.
So it's like,
I think it's beautiful, bro. I don't know. I really hope that this trend keeps going and people start working together and they really have that mentality. Like, I think the point that you said, people's got to put their money where their mouth is, and that's facts, bro. Like people just get to work, like we say all these things, but then we got to apply them, like work with people, like connect with people. Like I think this is what it's about, bro. It really is. It's merging, connecting, and creating
absolutely.
bigger things.
Yeah. Well, you got anything else? Or
No, I think this was a great combo, bro. Went over 30 minutes. I'm gonna have to edit this shit anyway, so it's gonna.
of course, yeah. Well, I really appreciate it.
Yeah, if you
Super
have
nice
any last,
talking to you, man.
if you have any last words, bro, for the peeps.
Fuck with my stuff. I'm gonna be
Yeah,
dropping crazy stuff all the time, every day. So just stay updated.
absolutely.
All right.
Thank you
Well,
so much for your time, my friend.
of course. Have a
We'll
nice rest of your night, man.
thank you. I'll keep you in touch as well for like the what the next steps are for when the auction comes out, this and that, and
Sure.
if you got a piece, and we can kind of work from
Of
there.
course.
Okay.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, have a nice night, man.
Too. Thank
Talk
you.
to you later. Bye.
Bye.